What's up, guys? End of week 7 already. I got some awesome stuff to share with you guys. What's up, guys? So this week was a little rough just because my dad was actually in the hospital, so it definitely affected my workouts and my eating because I care about my dad, obviously, and so it did affect things. But I'm not here to show you guys a perfect transformation and a perfect life because that's just not the way it works. You guys are going to probably, I hope, relate to some of these things that I'm doing in these videos, but you're going to have bad weeks, and that's just life. It's going to happen. So one thing that I always make sure to stay consistent on, however, is my workouts, because every time I come in the gym, I always push with moving up in weights and just sweat and just everything. That's what matters, is that you always keep hitting play, and that's all I got to say about that. Your eating is always going to be up and down. I talk a lot about this in my videos, but it's so important that you guys get your workouts in, because a lot of people, what they tend to do, say 2 months down the road, they didn't get the results they wanted, and then they're so fast to blame, eating, which, yes, eating is 80% of your results, maybe more, but if you're not working out, you're not trying. Working out is the easy part, because we all know eating is the hardest, so if you're not working out, you can't say you tried. That's just the way I see it. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about when I take creatine. Creatine I take during the bulk phase, just because I don't really take creatine, or I try not to take creatine all the time, because your body does produce it on its own. You want to keep your body doing its thing. You don't want to completely take creatine all the time and then your body get used to that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best thing is just to take creatine during the bulk phase of Body Beast. And that's what I personally do. And that's worked amazing for me. And it's important, if you guys don't know what creatine does, to drink a lot of water while you take creatine, because creatine takes water from your body and puts a little bit more water in your muscles, which is great because it helps giving your muscles more of what they need to gain size. So that's what I got to say about the creatine. One thing I want to stress to you guys about how I'm able to always get results is every time I come to the gym, I always am very selective when it comes to picking my weights. So say when you're doing just about any progressive set, say if you're doing a 15-12-8 and an 8-12-15 progressive set, just to kind of give you an idea, what I pick for weights, say on, this goes with any workout. So say if you're doing a progressive set, like I just said, for the 15, 12, and 8, my reps look more like 12, 10, and 7. And for the first 15 reps, I pick a heavier weight. I actually pick a weight that's really going to challenge me to hit those 15 reps. So most of the time, my sets usually look like 12, 10, and 7 versus 15, 12, and 8. And I end up using the same weight the entire time. So I actually, say for a shoulder, I blanked what this is called, but like this move right here, this one right here, I actually use the bar for that move, and I use plates for that just because, I don't know, I just find I'm able to really benefit more from using the bar. But I usually do the same weight the first time through and do 105 pounds. And today is actually what I did. I did bulk shoulders. So my reps looked like 12, 10, and 7 instead of 15, 12, and 8. And I used the same weight the entire time through. And I used 105 pounds. Now, when I went back and did the 8, 12, and 15, I started out actually 10 pounds heavier than when I did the 15 reps the first set through. So for the 8, 12, and 15, my reps looked more like 6, 10, and 12. And for the first set, the 8 reps that I was shooting for, I used 115 pounds and only did 6 reps. And then when I went to try to go for the 12 reps, I ended up only getting 10 reps and used 95 pounds because in the previous 8, I only was able to hit 6, so I went down a little bit because I knew I had to do quite a bit more reps. So I did 10 pounds less, 20 pounds less, and only hit 10 when I was shooting for 12 reps. So on the last one, when I was shooting for 15 reps, I went down and weighed again 10 pounds and only did 85 pounds. And I only hit 12 reps when I was going for 15. So if you guys can kind of like take away from that what you can and just try to apply that mindset to all your other your lifting strategies as far as like picking weights. So just to run through one more time, the 15, 12, and 8 looked like 12, 10, and 7. I used the same weight the whole time through because by the time you get to the 8 reps after doing the 15 and the 12 reps, you're going to be pretty fatigued. So you can get away with using the same weight. But my whole theory is I like to fail on every single set that I do throughout Body Beast. Every single set I like to fail. So when I do the 15 reps, I actually pick a bigger weight to really challenge me to hit those 15 reps. So it's never going to be 15 usually. And if it is, of course, then you go up in weight and you didn't do enough weight, so you just do more reps if you have to. But as long as you fail in every set. So just to run through, my 15, 12, and 8 looked more like 12, 10, and 7, and I used the same weight the whole time through that, and I used 105 pounds. And then the 8, 12, and 15, that looked more like 6, 10, and 12. And the first time when I was going for 8 reps, I used 115 pounds. When I went for 12 reps, I only hit 10 reps. I used 95 pounds. And then when I was going for 15 reps, I only hit 12 reps, and I used 85 pounds. So I hope you guys can kind of understand what I'm trying to say here as far as picking your weights. All I'm trying to say, don't go too much off of what weights I'm doing. Those weights are what works, is what works for me. You have to find weights that work for you and what's going to challenge the hell out of you to hit those reps. So make sure that you're doing that in every single workout that you do with Body Beast. I cannot stress that enough. Because if you're going through these workouts and you're just kind of like lifting up the weight and you're not really challenging yourself to hit those reps on every single thing you do, you're just simply not benefiting like you could be while lifting weights. Lifting weights is about lifting heavy and challenging yourself to hit those lower reps. This isn't cardio. Cardio is a higher rep count and you're going to be doing lighter weights. That's how cardio works. But Body Beast is anything but cardio. So you have to lift heavy to get results in Body Beast. So if you don't have heavy enough weights, that makes for a whole different conversation. Some workouts I'd recommend would be the tempo workouts. Those are great because it's like, I haven't done tempo workout in a long time, but Body Beast has those tempo workouts. It's like 10 seconds up, it's like 5 seconds up, 10 seconds down or something like that. And it's just a slower rep count, basically is what you're doing, which makes it extremely hard. So you can get away with using lighter weights. So if you don't have the heavier weights that you're needing to get size or definition or whatever you're going for, that's always something you can incorporate in all these workouts. So you can make Body Beast your own a little bit if you don't have those weights. Just slow down a little bit and stretch a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more, and go slower on your reps. And that always helps if you don't have the heavier weights or the money to invest. Of course, I'd always recommend just investing in the weights. It's totally worth it. Weights are a one-time buy. You'll have them for the rest of your life. There's never a second that goes by where I'm like, oh, I'm really regretting buying these weights. I use them every day, and so will you if you want to get into shape. Last thing I want to talk to you guys about is it's a question that I get quite often, and that's what I do for macros, if I do macros, or if I count calories, or what exactly do I do each week when I start to plan out my meals for the week. Something that I do is I picture, am I going to be able to do this long term? This whole program is 90 days, but I look at what I do as more of a lifestyle. And I just don't picture myself counting my calories every day for the rest of my life. Like, that's just not being realistic to me, in my opinion. It may be for some other people, but it's just not something that I would enjoy doing, and my time is limited, so I don't have a lot of time to do that stuff. So typically what I do is just simply make sure I get in breakfast, because you absolutely have to have breakfast if you're serious about gaining size or getting tone or losing weight or whatever it is. No matter what, breakfast is an absolute must if you guys want results. So I get a good breakfast in, lunch and dinner, and I make sure all those meals are clean protein. So stay away from like chorizo for a meat, bacon. You guys get the idea. And then obviously chicken breast would be the first thing that comes to mind when I think clean protein, or turkey meat or stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff is in my meals each week, or fish too. That's another good one. But you kind of get the idea what I mean by saying clean versus not so clean protein. But anyways, like pork too, I wouldn't say that's a very clean protein too. That's got a lot of fat content in pork and things like that. So I keep all my protein clean, and then I make sure to have snacks in between each of my meals. So I get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then healthy snacks in between. As far as the snacks go, I usually keep them pretty freaking simple. Basically like an apple maybe, or some veggies, a handful of nuts, maybe some almonds. Watch the serving size. Obviously, you don't want to have a whole shit ton of nuts because it's got a lot of fat. It's good fat, but too much of that will ruin your results. So that's what I pretty much do for as far as meal planning and planning out my meals for each week. I just pretty much take a container. I get my meal prep containers. It's got 2 sections, and then I fill up both sides. Like I look at that and I say, am I going to be full? Anybody can look at something and be like, oh, is it or isn't it enough food that's going to fill you up? Not to the point where you're stuffed, but is it going to be enough food? I just look at it and say, yeah, that's enough. So 2 chicken breasts, for an example, or and then the other side I just fill up with, like, say, rice or vegetables, or 2 hard-boiled eggs, or something like that. So you kind of get the idea. That's what I usually do each week. So I keep it super simple, and then make sure that I meal prep each week, and divvy those meals up for the entire week for lunch and dinner. It makes it absolute fail-proof. If you guys are serious about getting results, you absolutely have to meal prep. Meal prep will make or break your results. It keeps the whole process very simple, and you're going to love it. It's just a matter of getting in the routine every Sunday or whatever day works best for you, and just get it done. And, you can get it done in 2 hours, but it's an absolute must. If you guys really want serious results and make a lifestyle change, meal prep is absolutely going to happen, because that will help you stay away from those bad decisions and stuff like that. Like, you're not going to make all this food and have a meal sitting there. All you have to do is put it in the microwave and then go out to Hardee's or something, or McDonald's, and buy a Big Mac. Like, you're just not going to do it. Now, if you didn't have that and it's late and you're tired and whatever, then you might. But if you meal prep, it's there and it's ready to go, and it's easier to eat that versus making those bad decisions. So meal prep is a must. That's pretty much all I got to say for this week. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos and taking a lot away from these videos. And just remember that if you guys want to join me and get a little bit more one-on-one coaching, all you have to do is go in the description below, and you can fill out my online questionnaire and shoot that at me, and I will get back to you. I always try to get back to you within 24 hours. And then also, if you don't want to do it one-on-one with me, or say if you have a different coach, that's totally fine. I still hope that you're taking advantage of these videos. But that would be the first step if you want me to work more one-on-one with you. And also keep in mind too, if you guys want to dive into a little bit more of what I eat for meal planning and stuff like that, just shoot me an email and I'll shoot you back a free sample meal plan of what my week looks like, or what one of my weeks look like, so you can kind of get an idea of what I do for meal prep. But that's all I've pretty much got for you guys this week. Stay tuned for end of week 8. I can't believe it's end of week 8 already in my first time through Body Beast after my surgery. Time flies, holy crap. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week, and stay tuned.